Thank y'all, first of all, for attending this evening. My name is Elisa Smetana. I'm the Metropolitan Planning Organization Director for the City of San Angelo and the surrounding Tom Green County. And what we'd like to do is go through a short presentation, and then we have some maps set up around the room, and would like you to visit with y'all on exactly where y'all would like to see transportation needs. First of all, I think there are 4 things that I'd like for y'all to take away from this meeting tonight. One of them is, what is an MPO? The second one is, what do we do? What do we do in transportation planning, and how can we help y'all? And then the third one is, what is an MTP? And then what is your role in forming an MTP? So we'll go with the first one first. What is an MPO? An MPO is basically a planning organization that's designated by the governor of the state of Texas. And any area that is over 50,000 in population must have an MPO in place. And this allows us to actually receive and spend federal highway or transit dollars in our urban area. In addition to that, we also have the responsibility for planning and programming and coordination of federal highway and transit investments. If you look on the map here, you can see that there are 25 MPOs within the state of Texas. The red dots that you see in front of you are actually the large MPOs. Those are over 200,000 in population. The rest of them all fall underneath that mark. The current makeup of y'all's board here in the city is they consist of the city, the chamber, the county, the council of governments, the Texas Department of Transportation, and then Texas and U.S. officials. And what they're responsible for is providing a continuing, cooperative, comprehensive planning process. If you look on the map, you can see that the green boundary area, that is actually where the MPO extends, and that is actually out into the county. So we actually include all the city of San Angelo, and it actually includes part of the county. The second question was, what do we do? Well, we do transportation planning and also transit planning. And what we do is we coordinate transportation opportunities, and this can be through either the federal, state, and local agencies working together. This includes the cities, counties, and TxDOT all working towards one goal. We also prioritize transportation projects. We achieve a comprehensive look into the future. We're planning for the future of our children and trying to find out what is the best way to get transportation in this area and how can we improve that. The reason that y'all are here tonight is to talk about our Metropolitan Transportation Plan. This is our long-range plan that actually has a 20-year focus. We look at present and future transportation corridors, and we also look at forecasting transportation needs and growth patterns. We're also looking at the cost of implementing these projects. And we also have what they call a wish list of projects. These are those projects that we would like to see in our area, but currently we don't have the funding to be able to do that. And then we're also looking at innovative approaches to transportation. And what this does is when you put all these together, it basically allows you to improve the quality of life of the citizens in this area, and that's what we're looking to do tonight. What's included in the MTP? What's included in our long-range plan? We have a couple of different things that we look at, the type of projects. We have highways, we have your transit, your public transportation system. We have the railroad, we have bicycles, we have pedestrians. We have the city streets, those areas around town that you'd like to see improvements. We also have the airport, aviation, and then we have some other ideas that we also do transportation planning on. And we'll start with the highways first of all. What you see on the map in front of you now, this is the Ports to Plains trade corridor. This corridor actually runs for about 2,300 miles, and it currently spans from Laredo, Texas to Alberta, Canada. It includes the U.S., it includes one Canadian province, and it also includes into Mexico. So this is a trade corridor that's proposed for the future, and there's parts of it that have already been implemented. Within the city of San Angelo, you'll notice that there's a proposed route, and this was done in a study a few years back, and if you look there, it actually comes in on 87, the proposed route. It sweeps above 2105, and it comes around on Loop 306, and then goes down on 87, and then continues to 277 all the way to Laredo, Texas. It is also one of the reasons for this route. It also serves as our hazardous materials route. So we have freight lines in San Angelo that run along the major arterials. They travel on the highways 87, 67, 277, Loop 306, and the outlying roads. And what we've done is we've created a hazardous materials route so that these vehicles do not come through the center of our town in case there's a spill or something should happen. The other item that we look at is our transit. One of the things that the transit department, and this is actually through the Concho Valley Transit District, which is a part of the Concho Valley Council of Governments. Back in 2006, the city quit operating the transit system, and now it's operated by the Concho Valley Transit District. And what they proposed here, this is a multimodal terminal. It's located in the old Western Ironworks building, which is located on Chadburn Street, and it's right there before you get to the Houston Hard Overpass. This is a proposed rendering or perspective rendering of the actual site. And what this shows, this will actually house the transit buses, it will house the Greyhound buses, and it will also house the rural transit buses also. So this is going to be one hub that you can actually have all of those pulsing out of. We also look at the railroad. These are some of the crossings in town. This particular one is Bell Street. And you notice there's some problems with the crossing itself. And this is something that in 2010, we received some appropriations from Congressman Conaway. And what we'd like to do is spend that $1 million here improving the tracks in town. There's 42 crossings that need to be improved and that are either in very bad to fair condition. And what we would like to do is repair it from timber to concrete. And so this is something that if you go to our website, and I'll give you that address a little bit later, but you can actually see a prioritized list of crossings. And so what we'll be doing within the next year is actually taking that list, starting at the top of it and working our way down. And then we'll talk a little bit about the bicycle pedestrian. Back in 2004 and 2005 is when it was officially adopted, but the San Angelo MPO, along with the city of San Angelo, came up with a bicycle and pedestrian plan. And we have these maps available, and we'll get with y'all a little bit later to actually look at the maps and actually maybe mark some places that y'all would like to see some improvements to the bicycle pedestrian plan. But what this shows is bicycle routes throughout the town and into the surrounding area that people would like to see. And we actually had a committee formed that actually put this together along with the help of the consultants Wilbur Smith. The Lone Wolf Bridge is going to be converted into a pedestrian-only bridge, and this is through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. Back in March of 2009, we actually received funding for this. We received $1,200,000 funding, and what this will do is allow it to become a pedestrian-only bridge so that it can connect to the bicycle plan that I just showed you on the previous slide. We also look at the different streets around town. And we look at those that are rated as a collector or above and see what kind of improvements we can do to those. This is one that we're interested in and that will be going to contract this coming year. And this is actually an Avenue Inn, and it was also through the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. It's a $1.4 billion project, and it will be doing improvements to this intersection, both on Sherwood Way and also the Avenue Inn 5-way intersection. It will also include sidewalks along both sides of the street through this project. We also look at aviation, ways that we can improve the air flights in and out of San Angelo, and also do some improvements to those people that travel by air. And then we also have some other ideas. If you look at the top part of the screen there, the first two items there, the paddle bars and also the cable barrier, those are safety precautions that are put into the transportation system. And what this allows is it allows people to actually feel a little bit safer when they're traveling down these roads, and it actually prevents accidents and collisions. The picture that you see to the right there is actually a Safe Routes to School. We'll actually be putting in some sidewalks and some different things around these schools to actually allow the school kids to be able to cross safely and have some pedestrian crosswalks. Then we also do other things along the way, some signage, some different ways to get people to and from places. We actually do pedestrian bridges, those kind of things. So just to give you some idea of some other things that we do with transportation planning. And to get to the part of why you are here tonight, what is your role in a metropolitan transportation plan? There's a couple of things, actually. One of the things that we wanted to say is we look at the quality of your transportation services in our area.